Next on the... Now, here are Regis Philbin and Kelly Ripa.
Wednesday, November 23rd, 2005, the day before Thanksgiving, and what a nice prize we have for you today. The entire cast of the famous Seinfeld show right here. Can't wait.
Excited. Very exciting.
All of them together. I think it's one of the few times that, if maybe the first time, they've all appeared on TV.
Right.
And it's quite a coup for us, Gilbert, to have the old Seinfeld
Well, they
cast.
know how much you love them.
Well, I do love them. I
stalk
love
them.
every one of them, I'll tell you.
You know every episode. You know every episode. You know it from the first second.
And I don't mind seeing it again and again and again.
Yeah.
I love the way it's written. I love the way
it's
it's
timeless,
acted. I love the way it's cast.
I think it's great.
I mean, it's just great. And incidentally, what's coming out
This
now?
is season 5 and 6.
5 and 6 will be out now in DVD
and
form.
it comes with the little shirt.
Your own puppy
Yeah,
shirt.
there it is, right there. Yeah. Boy, oh boy, what a great series. So anyway, it's going to be a lot of fun to have them on the show. Now, Thanksgiving is tomorrow.
I know, I can't wait.
You remember that recently we had the Thanksgiving tasting sodas on the show?
Yes, they're very upsetting.
Well, now we have Thanksgiving ice creams.
Ooh.
Yeah. Now, if you want to have
Can't we just have like Thanksgiving dinner regular?
And I mean, this covers everything about Thanksgiving, including a beer. If you feel like a good old German lager beer, here.
You should warn us, that's how upsetting.
A
We
little
think
bite
we're
bit.
being shot at.
These are put out by a creamery in New Jersey, Colonia, New Jersey.
That
the
happens,
Country Club.
that happens to be
Country Cow.
good.
Country Cow.
I know a country cow.
Beer.
Now, this tastes like beer, doesn't it?
Beer, but better. Wait a minute.
this is pretty good.
I'm feeling a little tipsy.
I know these are supposed to be a joke, but that's pretty darn good.
That's good.
Provide this
That
stuff.
is good.
Let's see what else I got here.
Sides.
Okay.
All
Side
right.
dishes, Rich.
Yeah, side dishes. We have, green beans.
See, now this is where I'm going to have to draw the line. This is where I almost...
Come on, eat your vegetables.
No, I almost threw up with the soda with the green beans.
We have a bag standing by.
It's so green.
Try it. Make Kelly.
I bite it.
I don't want to try it. You can't make me. I read my contract.
It's pistachio.
Is it?
Yeah.
No,
No,
it's
does
not.
it
It's
taste
green
like
bean.
green
They actually
bean?
use green
What about my
beans.
nuts? I happen to like this.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Does it
People
taste
love green.
good? No, really? Is it going to upset me?
No.
You're saying it because you want me to eat it and then get sick.
Come on.
Come on, have a bite.
Oh, there's chunks of beans in it.
Yes.
That was good. Let's see what else we got. Side dishes.
It's good.
Isn't that good? I
Cream corn
got
and ice cream
candied
seems-
carrot. I've got cranberry sauce. I've got cream corn.
Bring that over here, the cream corn.
Now you're getting excited,
Now
aren't
she's
you?
into
There's bits of corn.
Bits of corn, yeah.
There's bits of
Bits of corn right there.
Cream.
See it? Yeah. No? Okay. No, I don't like this.
All right, go to the turkey and gravy.
I like it. I
Turkey
like
and
it.
gravy, Rich.
Turkey and gravy, okay. That's the main dish.
Yeah,
Turkey
main
and
dish,
gravy.
main course.
You might lose me here.
Give it a try.
Let's
You
see.
might lose me.
Well, it doesn't look like there's much gravy in there. But this is
You go
turkey and
first.
gravy. A little too much gravy.
Try it, Cal.
No.
Make Kelly try it. Come on. Have some turkey.
Have some turkey. I notice you're not eating any of this.
That's interesting how they... Oh, dessert. Only a
I gotta tell you, with the exception of the turkey and giblet gravy, I really enjoyed myself.
Not bad at all. Not bad.
Drinks.
Want a little beer?
The beer. Yeah, I was
little beer to wash it
gonna
down?
wash it down with some beer ice cream.
Hey, I hope you're sending us your Christmas cards, you know. for about a week or so before Christmas. We're going to be showing all these cards, and some of them are quite fun. It's amazing what people do now to put in their Christmas card. It's usually a photo. Here's a woman who always wanted to ride a bull, and she says, I hope your holidays are as much fun as my year has been. There she is on the bull, having the time of her life. Ellen Chadwick from Whittier, California. How about this guy? What's his name? Oh, Bob Monfriti from Dalton, Georgia. Bob taking it easy out there, having a little Christmas thing. Here's a couple that love to go
Scuba diving?
And they got their little boots on. Cindy and Howard Graham.
And their dog is in the picture.
Yeah, from Brewster, Massachusetts. So send us your card, and we'll make it a part of our show.
You're not going to believe this. I have corn stuck in my teeth.
Yeah, the corn was the low point, Gilman. But everything else was pretty good.
I like the corn. It was the turkey with the gravy that I found unsettling.
So I really can't wait to get them out here. We're going to reunite the cast of the Seinfeld show, and we're going to talk about some of their favorite moments. Jerry Seinfeld will be here.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus will be here.
Jason Alexander, you know George.
And Michael Richards and Forrest Kramer.
Let's do the wild travel trivia, Gilman. Come on. I know. We both have corn stuck in our teeth. I'll clean your teeth if you clean mine.
All right.
We have Maria Montez from El Paso, Texas on the line right now. How you doing, Maria?
Great. How about you guys?
Yeah, we're all
great,
excited.
Maria.
Hope you're going to have a nice Thanksgiving tomorrow.
Yes. I can barely hear you guys.
You can't hear
You
us?
can't hear us.
Can you hear
Barely
it?
hear you.
Speak louder.
Hello?
Can you hear us now, Maria?
Yes.
Maria, I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. Just pre-Thanksgiving jokes.
I didn't even hear it.
Anyway, Maria, let's see where you're going to go. Everything is a wild thing here.
Hey, Maria, it landed on wild.
Great.
Which means you get to choose which of the 7 trips you would like to play for. What will it be?
Jamaica.
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 The Franklin D Resort in Jamaica, 8 days, 7 nights, all-inclusive, round-trip airfare, courtesy of Delta Airlines. It's a prize valued at $6,700. Let me spin the mini wheel and see what else you're playing.
Wild thing.
Wild prize numero due. That means number 2 in Italian. A 4-piece Whirlpool kitchen set valued at $3,000.
Come on, Maria, let's make this a happy Thanksgiving for you.
You have 20 seconds and only one guess. Good luck.
Last week we talked with Alanis Morissette. Who did we say originally sang the song Crazy, which she performed on our show?
What's her name again?
Alanis Morissette.
We talked with her, but we wanted to know who did we say originally sang the song Crazy, which Alanis performed on our show. This was a big hit.
Seal.
See,
That's it, you got it. Yeah.
Congratulations, you'll enjoy an 8-day stay at the Franklin D Resort, Jamaica's premier all-suite, all-inclusive family resort. Each family is assigned a nanny at FDR to care for small children so mom and dad can enjoy their holiday too. Your stay includes all meals, drinks, water sports, activities, entertainment, transfers, and taxes. Visit them online at fdrfamily.com. Airfare is provided by Delta Airlines. The new Delta.com is better looking and easy to use. With more options and a streamlined design, the site is simpler than ever. Your next trip with Delta is just a few clicks away. Your prize is valued at $6,700. And Maria, as our wild winner, you'll receive from Whirlpool a side-by-side refrigerator freezer to store more food easier than you ever thought possible. A super capacity electric range, quiet wash plus dishwasher with multi-option combinations, and a trash compactor with convenient touch-to drawer opener. From Whirlpool Home Appliances, your prize is valued at $3,000.
Hey, Maria, congratulations.
Thank you.
Now you get to help make the day of a lucky member of our studio audience who will receive a $500 gift certificate from Omaha Steaks.
Whoa.
So please pick a number between 1 and 158.
Number 28.
28. Just in time for Thanksgiving.
Good for you, Maria. You know, in previous stays on our show, Jerry Seinfeld was telling us that he can see us every morning from his office window, which incidentally is that tall building right back there. And let's go right up to his office. My gosh, he's still looking at us. Jerry, come on down. We need you down here. We'll be right back with Jerry and the whole cast in just a moment. Well, you know, it all began July 1st, 1989, to mark the beginning of a television phenomenon that went on to win countless awards and take its place in television history. So please welcome to our show the wonderful cast of Seinfeld. So for 9 years, they worked and they worked. The last episode was shot in May of 1998. And what an impact the show made on America and on your own lives.
And you personally.
I mean, personally.
I mean, it's the understatement
Yes.
of the millennium.
I still watch it. I still watch it. I love it. I mean,
Why?
even though I've seen it dozens of times, I love the way it was written. I love the way it was acted. I love the characters.
Finish your thought.
But you all meant a great deal to me. You gave me a lot of satisfaction. Instead of the 11 o'clock news, I'm sorry, I can't take it anymore. I turn on Seinfeld. Have been doing it now for 10 years.
And it makes you feel better.
Makes me feel better, makes me sleep better.
That's why we came to see you.
Is there anything you want to ask them?
I just want to tell you what you meant to everybody. Everybody loved that show. It was the best.
We actually, when Regis says that, he really means it. He has obsessed over the show, and he's obsessed to other actors that have come on that had an under 5 speaking part. He remembers everyone, and we put together a little clip to show you how much, and to show you how much you have obsessed over the show.
Here
so
we
if
go.
You watch this, you can see for yourself.
I love Regis because Regis loves show business, like I do.
Right.
And we share that.
Yeah.
We go, isn't this great? We're just having fun, and we're big stars, and we're making all kinds of money.
Well, now, wait a minute.
Regis.
The other thing that I'll always remember was your appearance on Seinfeld. I remember you from a Seinfeld episode. And you know, the other puppy I was thinking about was the character on Seinfeld. The guy who owns the Italian restaurant, you know?
Oh, God,
and didn't wash his hands in the men's room.
Oh, wait.
You know, it's so funny you should bring that up because last night on Seinfeld, I'll always remember that Seinfeld episode when they were going out to the airport, and I know everybody on the show. I know all of those plot lines. I know every line of dialogue. Jerry Seinfeld wants me in a Porsche. What am I going to say? No to Jerry?
One. You tell Jerry to
It's a
buy
nice
you one.
idea. Jerry, what do you think, babe?
Now, dinner, 2 years ago.
Yes, Jerry.
Let's
Were you
talk
born?
about
Tell
it.
me the truth.
It's time to go again.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Next year.
Jerry, how do you feel about Regis? Has it moved into the restraining order portion of your relationship yet?
I I think Kramer got frightened. He thinks I'm a stalker. No, not really.
That's just a small sampling. That's just
Kelly,
a
you
small.
seem nonplussed in all those clips.
It's my job to be the nonplussed one. It is my job.
She's not a fan.
Although I did notice that I had a parade of bad hair days every time.
Isn't it terrible to see those things back so rapidly? So anyway, out comes 5 and 6,
Yes.
5th and 6th year, huh? DVD, wow. Now, do people expect you to remember every episode? I suppose wherever you go, people come up to you at parties and say, loved you when you did such and such on a...
Well,
what
the
do they...
dance. I think the dance would be what you're remembering.
Well, was that
Yeah, that's true. I think that they definitely think that we remember everything, and I have a terrible memory in life anyway, so
Yeah.
I definitely don't remember anything, and of course, they want me to,
to dance?
Dance.
Can you go to a party without being expected to do the dance?
Well, I make an effort, but it's it can be awkward.
Jason, what about you? What do they ask from you? What do they tell you that they remember? You had so many.
I get thanked by men all the time for the shrinkage. Apparently a huge public service there.
We appreciate that
Yes,
very
I
much.
understand.
Michael?
Usually that they miss the show as a whole.
Uh-huh.
And did you ever hurt yourself?
And incidentally, did you?
No.
Yeah, but
What?
you hurt me.
The golf club.
The golf club.
The golf clubs.
Yeah, we did an episode
Oh,
once.
that's right. During rehearsal, I said to you, "Don't worry,
No,
whatever."
my friend, it was on. We taped
We have it
it.
on film.
We have
Must be one of the bloopers.
And I think that was
really,
the
what
shot
I do? I
that
whacked
made
her in the face
episode.
with a golf club.
Yeah.
Yeah, he swung
right.
around with a bag of golf clubs.
That's right.
Right.
And she said, "Be careful not to hit me with those." He said, "Oh, don't worry."
Oh, and I need to say too
I'm
that I had 102 fever. Do you happen to remember
Yes,
that?
I do. Yes.
Yeah, and
Well.
he says, no, I've never hurt anyone.
Well, I remember the time you chased George right across Jerry's apartment, and George just tried to save the wig and dove out the window. I mean,
And I got hurt on that.
You got hurt.
That's what I thought.
Because she dropped the blind 1 second too early. And that wooden bar at the bottom,
Right on the head.
Right.
When you think about this, do you wonder how you got through any episode without laughing the entire? I mean, the entire time it seems like an impossibility that you wouldn't crack each other up so much.
Oh, I see a lot of smiling going on. You were a great
I
smiler.
just love the show. I love the show.
When these guys started working we're going to show some outtakes, at the beginning of every segment, and we're going to have a lot of fun with that. We got a lot of things to show you and talk about. We'll come right back with Jerry's favorite clip in a moment. After you get through looking at years 5 and 6, they got all these bloopers in there, which are really hysterical. Now, how long did it take you to shoot that monologue that you did?
Oh, maybe an hour. It wasn't that long.
Really, huh?
Yeah, it would take a long time to prepare it, but to go out and screw it up doesn't take long at all.
I think that bloopers are like an important part of the show. I think it's what makes a show to see the outtakes and to see.
Well, you see how people really are
Right.
in that moment. It kind of reveals them.
What was your favorite episode of the 2-year span?
You mean between?
There was,
Yeah.
there's a bunch of really, really great ones. I mean, the marine biologist is that. I don't know if you remember the moment where Jason has the golf ball that Kramer hit into the blowhole of the whale, and we wrote that scene right before we shot it. We just figured out that ending, and Jason had to remember this whole long speech and. About the sea was angry that day, my friend.
Oh, it's a classic.
And one of the hardest things on the show was coming up with a great ending that tops everything that came before it.
Right.
And that was one of the ones, and I don't know, I just love that moment. So that's one of my favorite episodes.
Well, I tell you what, another good one was in the 2 years was The Race. Mm-hmm. Did you enjoy that?
That was the one where I had a girlfriend named Lois.
Yes.
Which I was very excited about.
Right.
And because I got to pretend like I was Superman. Right.
Yeah.
There was some beautiful women, in addition to Julia, of course, who paraded in and out of episodes on that show.
I didn't notice that.
Oh, okay. But they were, and we see them all the time.
Well, they're in Hollywood.
And
You
some
know,
of
they
them
have
went
these
on
girls
to
in
their
Hollywood.
own sitcoms and their own
Sure.
their own careers, which was just terrific. Well, anyway, getting back to this race, let's take a look at you now telling Elaine about the race, okay? Take a look at this.
So he yells out, "Ready, on your mark, get set." And I was so keyed up, I just took off. By the time he said go, I was 10 yards ahead of everybody.
I mean, I looked up, I couldn't believe it.
By the time the race was over and I had won, I was shocked. Nobody had noticed the head start.
Really?
Yes, and I had won by so much, a myth began to grow about my speed. Only Duncan suspected something was amiss. He's hated me ever since. And now he's back.
Well, what happened when you raced him again?
I never did. In 4 years of high school, I would never race anyone again. Not even to the end of the block or to catch a bus. And so the legend grew. Everyone wanted me to race. They begged me. The track coach called my parents, pleading, telling them that it was a sin for me to waste my God-given talent. But I answered him in the same way I answered everyone. I choose not to run.
Isn't that great? See?
You know what you can see in that moment when he starts the speech, which you can see in every season of this show? He's about to lose it. He's about to start laughing.
He was always laughing.
And
You're right.
that's because he's enjoying his program.
Oh, gosh. So what's going on in your life now, Jer? I know you're appearing in various...
Well, I'm in Las Vegas, it says there. December 26th and 27th.
At Caesar's Palace.
At Caesar's Palace.
Good for you.
We just had a baby a couple months ago. Another baby.
Can you believe? Jerry, father of 3 now. Little Shepherd has joined us, right?
Mm-hmm, that's right.
I saw Jessica backstage. She looks amazing.
Yeah.
Yes,
She snaps
does.
right back.
Yeah,
she's
she's
so
incredible.
Good. Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah,
So
you should.
Your life has changed more than anyone else's at this point, right? Because you were a carefree bachelor.
That's right.
And
Well, no one's carefree, Regis, let's be honest.
Would you say Jerry was carefree in those days?
No.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. All right, we're going to hear about Julia's favorite episode in just a moment, so don't go away. After you get through looking at years 5 and 6, they got all these bloopers in there, which are really hysterical. Now, how long did it take you to shoot that monologue that you did?
Oh, maybe an hour. It wasn't that long.
Really, huh?
Yeah, it would take a long time to prepare it, but to go out and screw it up doesn't take long at all.
I think that bloopers are like an important part of the show. I think it's what makes a show to see the outtakes and to see.
Well, you see how people really are in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it kind of reveals them.
What was your favorite episode of the 2-year span?
You mean between?
There's a bunch of really, really great ones. I mean, the marine biologist is that. I don't know if you remember the moment where Jason has the golf ball that Kramer hit into the blowhole of the whale, and we wrote that scene right before we shot it. We just figured out that ending, and Jason had to remember this whole long speech and. About the sea was angry that day, my friend.
Oh, it's a classic.
And you know, one of the hardest things on the show was coming up with a great ending that tops everything that came before it.
Right.
And that was one of the ones, and I don't know, I just love that moment. So that's one of my favorite episodes.
Well, I tell you what, another good one was in the 2 years was The Race. Mm-hmm. Did you enjoy that?
I love that was the one where I had a girlfriend named Lois.
Yes.
Which I was very excited about.
Right.
And because I got to pretend like I was Superman. Right.
Yeah.
There was some beautiful women, in addition to Julia, of course, who paraded in and out of episodes on that show.
I didn't notice that.
Oh, okay. But they were, and we see them all the time.
Well, they're in Hollywood.
And
You
some
know,
of
they
them
have
went
these
on
girls
to
in
their
Hollywood.
own sitcoms and their own their own careers, which was just terrific. Well, anyway, getting back to this race, let's take a look at you now telling Elaine about the race, okay? Take a look at this.
So he yells out, "Ready, on your mark, get set." And I was so keyed up, I just took off. By the time he said go, I was 10 yards ahead of everybody.
I mean, I looked up, I couldn't believe it.
By the time the race was over and I had won, I was shocked. Nobody had noticed the head start.
Really?
Yes, and I had won by so much, a myth began to grow about my speed. Only Duncan suspected something was amiss. He's hated me ever since. And now he's back.
Well, what happened when you raced him again?
I never did. In 4 years of high school, I would never race anyone again. Not even to the end of the block or to catch a bus. And so the legend grew. Everyone wanted me to race. They begged me. The track coach called my parents, pleading, telling them that it was a sin for me to waste my God-given talent. But I answered him in the same way I answered everyone. I choose not to run.
Isn't that great? See?
You know what you can see in that moment when he starts the speech, which you can see in every season of this show? He's about to lose it. He's about to start laughing.
He was always laughing.
And
You're right.
that's because he's enjoying his program.
Oh, gosh. So what's going on in your life now, Jer? I know you're appearing in various...
well, I'm in Las Vegas, it says there. December 26th and 27th.
At Caesar's Palace.
At Caesar's Palace.
Good for you.
We just had a baby a couple months ago. Another baby.
Can you believe? Jerry, father of 3 now. Little Shepherd has joined us, right?
Mm-hmm, that's right.
I saw Jessica backstage. She looks amazing.
Yeah.
Yes,
she snaps
does.
right back.
Yeah,
she's
she's
so
incredible.
Good. Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah,
So
you should.
Your life has changed more than anyone else's at this point, right? Because you were a carefree bachelor.
That's right.
And
Well, no one's carefree, Regis, let's be honest.
Would you say Jerry was carefree in those days?
No.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. All right, we're going to hear about Julia's favorite episode in just a moment, so don't go away.
We'd be out on the street. Boy, they sure saved us.
We go forgot. We go let you. We go to the cycle trip. We go like that. What? I want to come back around.
You remember that one?
No, I don't have any memory of that.
Who is responsible for more bloopers than the next person?
The actual mess ups?
Yeah, who blooped the
Jerry
most?
Stiller.
Oh, Jerry Stiller.
I think so. Yeah. Well, I don't know. He broke us the most, I think, of anybody.
Yes, that's true. He would make us laugh and ruin takes more than anything.
You got a favorite episode, Julia?
Well, I have a lot of episodes I love. I thought of the ones that are coming out, The Stall is a pretty fun episode. Yeah, see, they like that.
See, the whole audience agreed.
Yeah, that was uniquely shot, too. Just your feet in each stall.
Yes, that was a foot acting job.
Yeah.
That's got to be great. You don't have to get makeup done. Just sit there.
Well, let's take a look at this. The Stall, Julia's favorite segment.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. This is kind of embarrassing, but there's no toilet paper over here.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I just forgot to check, so if you could spare some.
No, I'm sorry.
What?
No, I'm sorry, I can't spare it.
You can't spare it?
No, there's not enough to spare.
Well, I don't need much. Just 3 squares will do it.
I'm sorry, I don't have 3 squares now, if you don't mind.
3 squares? You can't spare 3 squares?
No, I don't have a square to spare. I can't spare a square.
Well, is it 2 ply? Because if it's 2 ply, I'll take 1 ply. 1 ply. 1 puny little ply. I'll take 1 measly ply.
Look, I don't have a square and I don't have a ply.
No, don't go. I beg you.
I mean, it was so unique. You never see that in any other. You don't see that in I Love Lucy.
Good stuff.
Yeah, were those really your feet?
Those are really my feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they acted as if you were, in coherence with your script.
I think they overacted a little bit.
You're working on a new sitcom now, huh?
Yeah, I am on CBS. That's right.
What's it going to be about?
It's called Old Christine, and it's about a single divorced mother of an 8-year-old with whose name is Christine, and an ex-husband who's very much in the picture with his new girlfriend whose name is Christine.
Ooh,
Wow. And you would be old Christine.
I'm the old Christine.
Old Christine.
Yeah.
Hence Old Christine.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll look at Jason's blooper, okay? In a moment. But here's what we love, Jason. I mean, the attitude. You captured this character so beautifully, so completely. Even the eyeballs, everything you did was perfect.
Well, my role model was standing just off camera.
And that was?
Larry David.
Larry David.
Oh, right, of course.
Based on him, huh?
Well, it became that. I mean, I remember early on there was some episode, and I thought it was, I didn't quite get the show. I wasn't following it. And with some script, and I remember going up to Larry and Jerry and going, you know, guys, this would never happen to anybody, and if it did, no one would react like this. And Larry said, what do you mean? It happened to me, this is exactly what I did. And I went, oh, okay.
That was a really good Larry David.
Oh, I got it done.
What kind of input did you guys have, I mean, as actors, on the script? Could you go and talk to them and say, hey, I want to add something or delete something?
No, they were not allowed to talk to us at all.
Really? It was word for word the way they wrote it, huh?
Well, by the time we shot it, I mean, on shooting, I mean, when we watch them, it even feels very improvisational, but it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, we played around all the time during the week, but when we shot it,
was Larry very strict about each word being in place?
Well, you know, the Seinfeld scripts have a rhythm. There's a music to them.
Absolutely.
And if you mess up the rhythm...
Sometimes in rehearsal, you know, we'd come up with bits of business that would then get incorporated, you know, if it worked. And if it didn't, you know, not in it.
You know, we started writing to them. That's the way a good TV series works, is you spend time with these people and you go, you know, Michael does a funny thing this way, and Jason, let's write to that. And so we knew them so well, we knew, so the lines would fit them like clothes. That you couldn't even tell they were acting.
It would only get better.
Well, you can't imagine that somebody would actually write down the way Michael entered the apartment. Like, nobody could write that.
Yeah,
that
exactly
probably,
right.
I'm assuming, just happened. He just burst through the door.
Well, we're going to talk to him in just a second about his entrances, but he would devise that himself. Absolutely. So what was your favorite episode?
Well, Jerry touched on it. I mean, you know, there were so many in those 2 seasons, but what I love about The Marine Biologist, aside from the fact that it was, you know, it was great stuff for me, but like Jerry says, that monologue appeared about a half an hour before we shot it, and I think the take that's in the show is really the first take. We had kind of rehearsed it with the cameras on the sly. You know, while the audience was sitting there being entertained by somebody else, we were kind of camera blocking, and we didn't know what we had, and we did it. And in that one shot, when I pull that ball out, and Michael does that expression, that is, I think there were 4 or 5 audience laughs over the course of the history of the show that went on for minutes.
Oh, it was just
and that was one of them. And you know, we were really, you could only do that in a 5th or 6th episode where you know each other that well, and you go, well, roll the camera, let's see what we get. And
so you're saying that's one take that you had on that, huh?
Well, I'm sure we shot more angles, but I think basically what went onto the air was essentially the first
It's a long monologue. You know, I just saw it again the other night. They replayed it again, and I said to myself, now, does he have a cue card? Does he have any help with this?
No.
Right from here, huh?
Yeah, but I might add that Jason is the quickest at learning lines. I mean, he can take he can take a page of dialogue and he has it.
Well, you understand what happened here was that Kramer went out golfing, hitting the balls out into the ocean, and George was walking along the beach trying to impress this girl because she thought he was, I'm laughing over this. She thought he was a marine biologist. So there's a beached whale on, I guess it was Jones Beach, one of these beaches out on the island. A beached whale, and George is walking nice, and it's a long shot, and then somebody yells out, is there a marine biologist here? Now the girl thinks he's a marine biologist, and you could see the slump in his shoulder, but he kept walking. So that's the background to the story. They meet in Monk's Cafe, and he's telling them what happened. Listen to this.
The sea was angry that day, my friends. Like an old man trying to send back soup in a deli. I got about 50 feet out, and suddenly, the great beast appeared before me. I tell you, he was 10 stories high if he was a foot. As if sensing my presence, he let out a great bellow. I said, easy, big fella. And then, as I watched him struggling, I realized that something was obstructing its breathing. From where I was standing, I could see directly into the eye of the great fish.
Mammal.
Whatever.
What did you do next?
Well, then, from out of nowhere, a huge tidal wave lifted me, tossed me like a cork, and I found myself right on top of him, face to face with the blowhole. I could barely see from the waves crashing down upon me, but I knew something was there. So I reached my hand in, felt around, and pulled out the obstruction.
What is that, a Titleist?
Classic, absolutely classic. Great monologue, great take, Michael. Welcome back and talk to Michael in just a moment.
The Mackinac Beaches!
Right, the ones from Oregon that are only right for 2 weeks a year.
Right. Yeah. Go. Yeah, that's right. Whoa, hey, buddy.
There's a blooper. One of those great bloopers. Now, you know, I am told by Jerry that this is the first time that Michael has had a chance to see himself in action on the site. You just chose not to look.
I didn't watch the show too much.
Why was that? Were you...
I just, I could always see room for improvement.
Yeah.
So, you know, when we shot the show, we had a couple passes and we'd move on. And it was, you know, as you know, in television, it's a very fast medium.
Yes,
so,
sure.
I always saw room for improvement. It just drive me nuts. Afterwards, I'd think, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that.
So all of those moves were yours where you would slide into the floor, you know, and present yourself?
But wait a minute,
that was
you can't look at that.
What?
When you see that take, there's no way that could be improved.
That was a blooper, wasn't even in the show.
No, the marine biologist.
You're taking the marine biologist.
That was
perfection.
beautiful.
Well, thank you.
But all those moves that you made, Michael, you worked on those, didn't you? I remember talking to Jerry once, and he told me that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, it's, the move is very spontaneous. I mean, that character carried me along. It's really the essence of that guy, Kramer.
I loved him. He was
moved
always
that way.
interesting.
He moved me. I mean, really, truly. It's a wonderful guy.
And you never met the real Kramer here in New York City?
A few times, yeah.
You did?
Yeah. Well, the real Kramer, he's Kramer.
Yeah.
And then there's another Kramer in Hollywood.
Right, exactly. But what I love was that you were always interested in what everybody else was doing. And the time that Jerry and Julia had a fight right there, and he tried to break it up, and they were yelling, and can't you see what you're doing?
Yeah.
You're in love with each other.
Yeah.
And they would fight some more. And
Yeah.
classic stuff.
Yeah, I love being between them and around them, and the chemistry was just divine. Yeah.
You have a favorite clip that you remember?
I think the sniffing accountant was fun to do.
Sniffing accountant.
Yeah.
All right.
You'll see why.
Let's take a look at this.
Well, there's nothing like a cold one after a long day, huh? Oh, yeah. I've been known to drink a beer or two. But then again, I've been known to do a lot of things. Cigarette?
No, I never touch them.
Well, I suck them down like Coca-Cola. Well, here's to feeling good all the time. Looks like you got yourself a little cold there, huh, fella?
I don't think so.
Me neither.
Oh, God. Boy, that was brilliant. Just brilliant. But I mean, how did you do that?
Before you get to that, isn't this really something to watch the show with an audience? This is something we've done, right? We've never done this. Really fun.
Michael, did you have to drink that all the way down a number of times before?
Well, it was near beer.
Oh, it was near beer.
Yeah,
okay.
I think we did 2 takes.
Just 2 takes?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh my gosh, the hands, everything working together.
How did you do that? Because he was puffing and drinking at the same time. I could never figure out how that was.
It's like the didgeridoo. He's just got.
All right, when we come back, we'll show you another blooper, okay? Just right back in a moment.
If you'd like to know more about anything you see on Live, log on to our website. Live will return in a moment.
But absolutely great reminiscing about the show and then looking at the episodes and looking at them with you and you looking at them with an audience, which you never did, right?
No, I mean, we'd shoot it in front of an audience, but it was in pieces. It took hours.
Yeah.
This is the real final version that I've never seen an audience, watch.
It's
And
great to
really-
see you react
Yes,
to it also.
absolutely.
You
Yeah.
know, you wonder, do the stars watch this and laugh as much as we, the audience? And it's so nice to see that you enjoy it also.
And of course, the things that we never saw are included in this DVD box here, and that is the bloopers, which fascinate because we thought you guys were so good that you went through everything was one take. Of course, it can't be that way, right? No, it never is. So let's take a look at some of the things we never got to see first time around.
She hadn't seen any flaws in me. Now she sees a side.
What side?
A bad side, an ugly side.
So what?
So what?
Yeah, so what?
Now she sees a side, a bad side, an ugly side.
Oh, so what?
So what? Ah, forget it.
I'm in love.
Whoa.
Oh, God.
I'm not gonna eat your peach.
Jerry, this is a miracle of nature that exists for a brief, whatever the line may be. I told you I sold them to Banya.
You mean what you were wearing?
Yeah.
How do you expect to get out of here?
Well, I didn't think ahead.
Why did I get him a gift? I got him a gift because he did me some dental work.
Well, did you see it?
What happened when you raced him again?
I never did. In 4 years of high school, I would never race anyone again. And so the legend grew. Oh, they begged me to race. They wanted me to race. Is there any point in doing this? No.
Oh, funny stuff. Funny stuff. That was.
There was this always silly. It was always silly. Everything everyone said or did was silly.
Yeah.
And so, as soon as the scene starts, whatever is happening, you're already laughing because this is silly. This is ridiculous. And you just feel it.
I know it was a lot of hard work, but you guys had great 9 years together,
We did.
laughing
We
and
were very
scratching all the
lucky,
way
yes.
through.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, one of the most famous episodes, of course, is the puffy shirt episode. And, of course, it's in this collection. And here's the scene now that never made it to air. Take a look at this puffy shirt episode.
I have to wear it. The woman has orders for this shirt based on me wearing it on TV. They're producing them as we speak.
Yeah, but you're supposed to be a compassionate person that cares about poor people. You look like you're gonna swing in on a chandelier. You're making a mockery of the whole project.
Look, Elaine, Leslie's business depends on this. She hasn't sold a shirt in 2 years.
Well, I wonder why. He looks like an idiot.
He doesn't look like an idiot. He looks like a pirate.
But he's not a pirate. There are no more pirates. And in case you hadn't noticed, we're not on the high seas.
Okay, let's go. Is that what you're wearing?
I want to point out, if you hand me the DVD packet. They actually also they made one in my size too, which is nice. That's very nice.
That's right. When I get lonely for everybody, I just put on a puffy shirt and I feel like we're all together again.
Now, this is part of the set now, right?
Yeah,
you
it's
get,
so nice.
You get your
the
own
shirt.
little
That's right.
puffy shirt.
I love it. So
Anyway,
great.
it's in the stores right now, seasons 5 and 6. Some great television in there right now. Thank you all very, very much. Thanks, Jerry. Thanks, Julia. Jason, Michael, that's great. Nice to have you guys here. Always. Have a happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Bye-bye. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
You look so cute.
Tomorrow on Live, Simon Cowell and a performance by the Backstreet Boys.